All right, boys and girls, let's get after it. This is what we've been waiting for all week. We're gonna get started back on Homer today. All right, the plans for today are the Firewall. We're gonna go ahead and try to get this all cleaned off. We're gonna remove all the wiring, the ignition control module, the blower motor, the windshield wipe motor, the starter relays. We're going to try to get the brake booster, master cylinder, proportioning valve, some of these brake lines gone. And if we get a little bit more time, maybe we'll start on the suspension. And we'll go from there. Alright, like I said when I walked into the shop, welcome back to the channel. This is Busted Radio Garage and I'm Chris. We're going to try to go ahead and get this firewall cleaned off today and get rid of a lot of this electrical we're no longer going to need. There's a couple reasons I'm doing this. Is I want this engine bay as clean and as nice as I can possibly get it, because we're not going to do anything else with Homer's exterior. It's going to stay exactly the same. But this here, I want nice and shiny. Nice clean motor, nice clean engine bay. That, it also helps if we have any problems. You know, we're not going to have to go through grease and mud and all that to fix anything. I'm using an impact versus a socket or a ratchet or a wrench. That's mainly just because I'm lazy. If you're going to try to put this back on your own vehicle, back to stock or exactly how it was when it was built, make sure to take plenty of pictures of all this, because it's going to be a little overwhelming when you go to try to put this harness back and remember where everything goes, especially if you're going to clean up the firewall and weld in all these holes and blah blah blah. We'll find out in a minute. Gotta put an end to that half. There's the end of that. Alright, actually this hamster cage, or hamster wheel, is still good. The motor's still good. So we're just going to set it over there on the shelf and save it for one of the other cars that may need it, or if we ever end up with another Cordoba that may need it. Heater core is shot in this car, so we're going to go ahead and pull it out and just throw it in the trash. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and remove the windshield wiper motor and its components and get it out of the way, because this car is going to have no use whatsoever for windshield wipers. I already pre-removed these bolts because I had to soak them, so we're just going to pull the motor off. Again, this motor is also good, so we're just going to save it for parts as well. Alright, as far as the master cylinder goes and the booster goes, the new master cylinder and proportioning valve for this car is going to be supplied through Willwood. The booster, we'll probably just order from a normal parts supplier. There's really nothing wrong with it, but if I'm going to do all this new, I might as well just replace it as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the master cylinder and the proportioning valve and the brake lines removed out of there. I'm not going to have any special care, try to take care of them, because again, everything is going back brand new. But I'll get you in here a little closer. The Normally you want to lube these up pretty good for a couple days, just kind of juicing on them, because these lines are going to break if you don't, I promise you. I'm really not concerned with it because, again, all of this is going to be brand new. So if they snap, they snap, they don't, they don't. Yeah, it's just going to go ahead and break. So no sense in even pulling with it. Just go ahead and break it off, get it out of here. This one's probably going to do the same thing. It is. Just like that, it's broke. We're not going to worry about this too much right now. We'll just push it out of the way. Go ahead and get a wrench for the master cylinder from the brake booster. Get it. And again, there's nothing wrong with this booster. We'll just, this master cylinder, we'll just go ahead and save on. Everybody have a good holiday weekend. Spend time with friends, family. Down do a little barbecuing. We spent the last couple days on the road traveling, which is exactly what we wanted to do, what we enjoy doing, spending time with our community. So we did exactly what we wanted to do, and then come back home and right back after that. We got all this done. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that heater core out, get rid of it. This firewall good and clean. And I've got some 16 gauge steel over there. We'll go ahead and make panels for all these holes, weld them in, get this firewall nice and clean. Because everything under here is going to be brand new. All right, master cylinder off. Still a good part. We're going to hold on to it in case we need it for another vehicle here, or just another project, rat rod, whatever. So we'll just put it over here on the shelf. Ignition for the key. Don't know if I'm going to stick with just a regular key ignition. I would kind of like to go something with push button, just push button start, or toggle switch start, toggle switch stop. We really don't think we're going to need a whole lot of this. Obviously we're going to need some type of ignition relay, probably something with MSD box. Maybe I think they were their M7, something like that, M9. And go from there, because I'm really not going to need, you know, creature comforts like headlights, taillights, windshield wipers, heat, air. You know, I just need to make the car go and whoa. That's it. So we'll kind of figure the rest of this out as we go. Get this proportioning valve and these brake lines cut. Alright, that's it for the proportioning valve. Alright, I'm going to stay focused on this side of the car. We're going ahead and try to go ahead and start getting the heater core removed. Get it out of here because, again, we're no longer going to need it. Alright, we're going to get back after this heater core. Let me just kind of get you in here and show you what we got going on. Alright, so you can see this is where your heater hoses will come from the heater core into your block and then back in. Now if you can see in there, all of this is going to be underneath the dash. So we're going to have to get in here. Boy, it is dirty. And take all of this out of here. And all the controls that go obviously to your heat controls. So we'll get under here, get all this taken out, and I'll be back with you here in a minute. All right, I think for the most part I got the heater core loose. She's just kind of hanging there, so we'll see if we can get her out. Had to get a little violent with it here, but it is what it is. All right, there she is, boys and girls. Chrysler heater core. He got a little violent under there, but we got it out. I gotta clean up all this mess. Had a nice little mouse house in there. Straighten up all that wiring. This here might be valuable to somebody, so we'll take it out of here and save it in case they want it. All right, now that heater core is removed, we got a bunch of new holes here we're gonna have to fill to get that looking nice. All right, guys, we went ahead and got all the wiring taken care of on at least the left side of the firewall. Got the master cylinder off, proportioning valve off, some of the brake lines off, and then I'm gonna go through this wiring next time and see what I'm gonna keep, what I'm not, because I really don't need a whole lot of it other than just ignition. Got the heater core completely removed. Got the dash put back together, or the glove box and the ashtray rather. Gonna have to get this mess here cleaned up. But that's gonna have to put a hold on the Cordoba for today, because I just learned I've got to get 3 to 4 more cars in here next weekend, or through this week and next weekend. So what we're gonna have to do is get the Vet and the Daytona out of here and make a room for 2 more trucks and a couple other vehicles. So what I think I'm gonna do is pull these outside and get them moved around and line them up beside each other this way. And I think I can get 6 more vehicles right here. Push comes to shove, I've got all this room here with Homer's parts. I can get those, if push comes to shove, out in the barn, get this old mower out of here that doesn't run, and clean up this mess here, and I could get 6 more vehicles right there. Winter's coming and I've got to get my vehicles put away. So if you want, just kind of hang out a second. We'll take a break from Homer. I'll get a camera set up and we'll get these vehicles out and make room for others. Hang tight. All right, guys, I got these 3 in here. Those are just gonna stay there throughout the winter. I may have inadvertently hosed myself. I'm supposed to take this wagon up to Indiana here in a couple weekends and kick somebody's butt in a burnout contest. And I know he's watching this video and he knows the butt whooping's coming. So I may have to get that dug back out. But like I said, I've got 2 or 3 more cars that are coming within the next few days of this coming up weekend. They're gonna go right here. And then I still believe I have room for 6, maybe 7 here that I can get in. And then I think my shop's pretty much gonna be full for the winter. But at least these will be in out of the weather and safe for the winter time. And then of course, this winter we're gonna be focused on Homer. I would have loved to have had more time today to fool with him, but things happen. But again, we have parts coming, and we'll start getting him slapped back together. I just absolutely cannot wait for the motor to be done and get back home so we can start fooling with it. That is just going to be an absolute ball to get put back in this car. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you next time.